Hello and welcome to another episode of SULKNATIONtv, and in this episode I'm going to be discussing built not bought or bought not built. Which one is better? So in the argument of bought not built or built not bought, I'm kind of in the middle. Now, I think you need both personally. If I take my experience, I've done some building, but I've also done some buying. Now, what built not bought generally suggests is you're not having somebody fabricating the parts. You're not that person that's making a custom exhaust, but you're putting that exhaust on yourself, or you're doing the engine modifications yourself, or the stuff inside the interior yourself. You're doing all of those things yourself. You're not paying for anybody else to do it. So when somebody says, oh, well, my Mini or car in general, my modified car is built not bought, that's generally what they're suggesting. There does seem to be a little bit of snobbery from people that have built rather than bought. But in all honesty, I think the most sensible option is to do both. And with saying that, let's discuss what I've paid for, roughly. I'll do a video on how much I've paid for stuff later down the road. I'm not going to do it in this video. So without further ado, let's discuss what I've built and what I bought. Now, with built, so thankfully, I haven't had many problems to really deal with this car in a year of ownership, but at the same time, I have had to do a few things myself. And, you know, we're in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic at the moment. So, you know, we're on lockdown for like 3 months. And in that 3 months, I replaced the rocker cover. I replaced the rocker cover gasket. I replaced the coil pack. I replaced my HT leads for Mr. Retro leads. So shout out to Mr. Retro leads. I went from 7mm to 8mm with those leads, and, you know, noticed some improvement in performance. Well, startup generally. And I repainted, let's say, the interior. I've got a pure silver R53. The interior was silver as well, other than like sort of a darker grey on sort of top of the dashboard and the door cards. And yeah, I wanted to break that up a little bit. And so the centre of my dash is black. I did that myself. It's a good finish. It looks really good. And I'm really happy with it. I also did the little tweeter speaker covers that you get on the door cards next to the door handle. I did those in black. And then the general theme in here is silver, black with, like, you know, the plasticky, trying to make it look a little bit like stone, sort of dark grey dash and door cards. So I've added my own little thing to it. What else have I done? Well, let's go to the exterior. I've coloured my brake calipers. I painted them purple. I've done a lot of stuff under the engine bay when it comes to colour. I've put a ram air induction kit in with its hose being from Modern Mini, and I got that in red. I painted the strut brace that I bought with this car red. I contacted, and again, shout out to Modern Mini, Jonathan English from Modern Mini, who was selling from his own personal car some cabrio braces, which are the cool thing to put in your engine bay. So I got a set of red cabrio braces. When I bought the car, it had a black, everybody seems to have it, aero grille on, and I didn't really like that. I liked the classic 3 slats sort of setup. So I got a new grille and extra features from a seller on eBay who was selling used car parts, and painted it the colour I wanted. So I left the chrome as chrome and went for black for the grille. I got a toe strap that I put on the front of the car, which is black. So the theme on the outside of the car is essentially pure silver with chrome, black, and then a little added twist, the brake calipers are purple. It looks sick. I like it. If you don't like it, it's not your car, it's fine. But it kind of gets to that point of, I built that, so I've done all that. So have I done more than just the aesthetic bits under the bonnet and the rocker cover, gasket, all that sort of stuff I mentioned earlier? Well, no, that's where I've gone from building to buying. I had a supercharger service done. I paid for it. I paid somebody else to do it. I had my exhaust replaced. I paid for it. I got somebody else to do it. So I've got a 15% pulley reduction, which I also, you know, had to get the colder plugs for and a new belt because of its reduced size. So I paid for it, but I didn't do that myself. The couple of issues that I've had regarding sensors, like the oil pressure sensor that I had to have that replaced. I didn't do that myself. The wheels on the car, I think, are amazing. The 5 spokes look sick, and they appear to be from the late 90s by an Italian manufacturer called MIM. And I bought them off a friend, and said friend gave them a little bit of a clean up and did a bit of painting for me, and I was really happy with how they came out. Yes, the centre caps could do with being replaced, and I'm looking for some MIM centre caps, but the problem with that is they're not in business anymore, so it's really hard to get hold of. But if anybody's got any centre caps for some MIM and Malfis, which is the wheels that I've got, that would be really appreciated. Replacing the tyres. Again, I paid for it, but I got somebody else to do it. So there's a running theme. I've got some skills and some tools to be able to do certain bits. I'm quite confident in doing stuff at the top of the engine bay, but below that rocker cover line, I'm not that confident. And so I'm going to get somebody else to do it. I get the BMW and BMW Mini Specialist Paddock Motors to do it for me. And I'd implore... It's a Civic, cheers. And I'd implore anybody that has got a BMW or a BMW Mini to go and check out what they're about, because they're a very, very good company to go and take your car to. I've not had any complaints ever, which is great. My skills when it comes to painting and doing aesthetics are also, you know, I'm happy to do that. I think I'm quite capable of doing it. Like the rear wiper delete at the back of the car, I did that. I didn't tint the windows though, that was global tint. You know, replacing the motor for my folding wing mirrors, I did that. So that's why I'm on the fence. I'm kind of in the middle, in the fact that firstly, you're getting people that are generally professionals in that field to do the work on your car. So is it really going to go that wrong? Although you are spending more money, and do you really get that sense of achievement by saying, well, I put that in, I managed that, I've taught myself new skills. So if I was more skilled, then possibly I'd be far more on the built not bought side of it. But then I'm also not rich enough, and I've got tools and I've got some ability that I'm not completely on the bought side of it. I think I'm in the middle, and I think that's probably the best place to be. It's nice to know that I've done this and I've done that and I've done this, but the more stringent mechanical aspects, I've got professionals to do, specialists in this type of car to do. Yes, I've spent a lot, and that'll be in another video, just how much I've spent. So stay tuned for that, people. But I do get in my car, and knowing that I've done certain things makes me think it's my car. It makes it my car more than my other car. I've got a daily that I've had for a few years. I've done a lot of miles in. It's my work car. And yes, that feels like my car, but not as much as this. This car I've actually spent a lot of money on, and I've done a lot of the work myself. And I feel like it's my car. It's my project. It's Project Sulk. And I'm really happy about that. So I think that sums it up, really. Sit on the fence, do a bit of both. You'll be happy in the long run. It just doesn't matter. Enjoy your car however you want to enjoy it, especially with this sort of car, a BMW Mini Cooper S R53. It's here to be personalised. You get the opportunity to make it more your own, and you can do that. And that's one of the reasons I love this car so much, is I didn't have to be a mechanic to be able to do some of the work on it. And it's here to be customised. It's here for you to put your stamp on it, like you would if you owned an original Mini back in the 70s and 80s. And before that, but let's not go back all the way to the history of Minis generally. Anyway, let's not waffle on any further. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe, turn on notifications to SULKNATIONtv. Go and find the Facebook page and Project Sulk on Instagram. Please do it. And until the next time, I've been me, you've been you, and well done for that.